Hi, Doc here with Doc's Fun Projects. I think we should show them how we made this beautiful board. Had all this nice storage and everything. Beautiful setup. Let's show them how. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to whip my opponent in this game. I don't think so, dude. Remember, I know every move you make before you make it. We've got the same brain. That might explain why we always end up with a draw. You think? Well, enjoy. Let's see how we made this board, start to finish. Enjoy. There's the beautiful chessboard and the chessmen and the storage drawers. This puppy is ready to go. Well, hi. Welcome back to one of Doc's Fun Projects again. Another one of these. My grandson and I decided we were going to try to make a chessboard. He said he knows how to play chess. I thought, well, let's find out how to make a chessboard. So I went to the store and I bought a couple of pieces of poplar wood. That's going to be the white wood for the white squares. And then over here there's a stack of wood that I got for free. It's amazing. Somebody put on Facebook, come get it. There's 2 dressers in our driveway. Just come haul it away. It was good stuff. Such as, this is part of the top of one of the dressers. Nice hardwood, it's solid, it's not plywood. It's just like they used to make it in the old days. Of course, I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit, buzz it down to the right size. But this will be for the dark wood. Let me introduce my grandson. This is my grandson, James. Say hi to the folks.
Hi.
They're in there. Can you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. They can see you too.
Well,
there's probably millions of people watching us. No stage fright or nothing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a lot more projects coming up. Hope you enjoy them. Okay, now on the table saw, you want to make sure you've got a perfect 90-degree angle from the blade to the flat part. And that's not as easy as it sounds. I picked up one of these little devices that gives me the exact reading. It's got a magnetic base, it's got a little level in the top, and works out pretty cool. But here's what you got to watch out for. You might notice that this is a mobile, movable table saw. So you want to try to get a table saw where you can get it perfectly level. Otherwise you got to do a little bit of math. Right now it's sitting at 0.25. Put it on the other side. It's 89.30. So you have to take that and compute the first number into it and come up with perfectly 0. This is a public service announcement. Alcohol and power tools don't mix. Just like guns and alcohol don't mix. Don't do it. You might end up having somebody call you lefty. You don't want that. Luckily, I don't do that. So be careful. No alcohol around power tools. Okay, well I got done planing. Men glitter! Whee! So I've got the fancy painter's tape on these edges to help hold these together, so as I flip it over I can open up each crack, glue them, put them back together. This will keep the sides together. Don't edge it. Don't edge.
What?
I said don't edge it. Keep it flat.
Okay.
Sometimes you can lean a little harder on the point, but don't ever pick it up like you had it, like a car going around a corner too fast.
Okay.
Because that tends to dig into the wood deeper at that one spot only, and you create a crevice there. So always keep it somewhat flat. So that gives me the nice clean edge that I need along this side. Now I'll remove the sled and we'll go through against the fence. and cut those even squares. Now here's how we get our checkerboard. Take each one, turn it around. Take every other one, turn it around. And look at that, just like magic. Well, another tip. Can't tell you how many times I've screwed this up. I want to make a cut right here, but sometimes you might notice that when you mark it to make the cut, you sometimes forget which side you want to keep. So a nice little tip is once you've made the cut and you know this is the side that you want, just draw a little extra light, something will sand off whatever kind of wood you're using. But that way when you're cutting it, you make sure you know which side is waste. One of the important things to remember about that is remember you've got a saw cut that's about yay wide. So on this line, I want to make sure I run the blade just along this outside edge to give me that full line. And if I need to trim it just a hair, I can. But if I don't know which side, as I'm cutting it, if I'm not sure which side is the waste, I'm tempted to cut it along this edge. And then when I go to fit this piece in, I go, why has it got play in it? Sometimes even as perfect as you try to get it, by the time you put in the corners, look what happened here. And I measured not only twice, but I measured 3 times. I have no idea how I did that, but sometimes that happens. So over here at this corner, it's a nice tight fit, but you can see I've got a gap there. That's no good, so it's unfortunate. Hopefully I can use this piece of wood for part of the understructure. Well, making the base for the chessboard, what I did is I took some of the same wood from that old furniture that I got for free, and I cut the bevels there to help them come together here. And then what I did is I drilled 4 holes, ran my jigsaw through there for the most part, then used a file and some sandpaper to smooth it out. And that'll be the entrance for the drawer. Okay, get ready to glue this all together. A couple of tips. These speed squares come in real handy. Notice I've got them in the corner. That helps me to make sure that they're perfectly square. And of course you take a tape measure, and if you want to make sure if it's perfectly square, take a tape measure, go from this corner to this corner, measure it, and then do the same thing to the opposite, and they should be identical. So we check that all out. These help to get you in that spot. Then you want to be very careful and make sure that it's all right, adjust it if you need to. With the corners, of course, before I glue it, I want to make sure that they're all flush on the top. Therefore, I know they will be on the bottom as well. And another tip, you might notice that I got these pieces of wood here and there. Put them in there, and that way the hard metal facing doesn't dent into the wood. Not only is it a matter of denting, because that can happen, but also when you go to put a finish on it, if you press too hard in one area and collapse it, it's going to not show up right away, but later on when you put a stain on it or a finish, you're going to see a witness mark, I guess you'll call it. Something where the stain and stuff doesn't penetrate as well as it does in the rest of it. So you want to make sure you don't squeeze tight, just like taking a hammer or something to it. You want to try to keep it as smooth as possible, because sometimes when you do that, it's really hard to sand it out because it compresses it all the way through. Keep that in mind. Okay, looks good. So I cut a piece of plywood just slightly thinner than this front piece that I had here. And I'm getting ready to glue it into the bottom. I already chamfered the bottom so it sits nice and flush. Get that all set up. Get the glue in there. That'll help to keep this square and solid. So I'm just getting ready to glue it up right now, and we'll see how things. Oh, that usually means that I made a mistake somewhere. What I do. Oh, I know. I have a warning when I'm about to do something stupid. I can't glue that in yet because I need to take these pieces here, glue and screw them into the side right there. Another one there, do the same thing on the other side. And then I've got another hole here, So from underneath, I'll be able to run a screw up through into the chessboard, help hold it in place. I'll put a bead of glue, put these screws in. That'll give me a little bit more surface area and a couple of, well, 4 screws to hold it in place. If I had glued this plywood in, I'd have a hard time getting in with a screwdriver, wouldn't I? Yeah, I use one of those fancy angled ones, I guess. But anyway, thanks, Mr. Alarm, for warning me I was about to do something dumb.
You're welcome.
Where I took some nice wood left over from that furniture, and you can see how I made a little thin trough here and a side piece. Side piece will keep it from moving side to side and rocking so much, because a lot of times when you push it in, if you don't have something on the side, it tends to want to do this and drag. So I put one of these on each side. As you see here, these are glued in nice and secure. And I'll probably put a little wax on them too to make it even better. And then I get ready to put it in. Look how nice that is. Well, here it is with my coat of epoxy on the top. Looking pretty good, but there's a few imperfections here and there, so I'm going to do a little light sanding with some 400 grit wet sand and work some of those out, and then I'll be doing the final polish on it and bring back that luster. Okay, as I mentioned, after we get done with that polishing, I'm just going to put a little bit, won't take too much, I'll kind of spread it out with the goodie. Just an old-fashioned card polisher. Spread it around a little bit here first, and then here we go. And don't put too much pressure, I just kind of let it do the work. I'm just going to go over it real quick like it. Again, avoid the edges too much. Okay, here's what it looked like after I did the toothpaste buffing. So you can see it looks nice and uniform, and check it real close. And right, I see no cavities. So good thing we used the toothpaste. RR. Okay, so now I'm going to use the lambskin bonnet on my card polisher. And this is the wax that I like to use. They don't pay me for this endorsement, I like their paste. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take my fingers, because I like my fingers to be shiny. I'm just going to smear a little bit around. I'm liking it. That probably costs well over $100 at least. Nowadays, maybe $200 if you go to the store to buy it. What? It's being taped. What are you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, introduce a special guest. Today I'm gonna have my grandson with me.
Not if you're not gonna do that thing. You gonna do the thing?
Fine.
Will you do the thing?
Bloopers at the end of the video.
Okay.
That's where that's going.
I got my grandson James here. He's going to be helping me, and he wants to be part of the action, but he said he wasn't going to do something, so I'm going to make him do it. You're going to do it, right?
At the end of the video.
You're the thing. You're going to do it.
Yes.
Now.
At the end of the video. It'll be...
Then the video will be like next week. You'll be in school.
Yeah. Like...
It goes in pieces. He doesn't understand how this works.
Like after you take the video and edit it,
yeah.
It'll be at the end of the video with bloopers and stuff like that.
I could do that.
Okay.
But you have to do the act now.
I do it?
Yeah,
okay.
Or the film's going and you're just going to kind of stand there. And
okay.
It's a moving picture. So yeah, what you did before.
Okay, got it.
We practiced this 3 times. We can't figure this out yet. Yeah, that's what I'm going to look like in about 10 years. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a lot more projects coming up. Hope you enjoy them.
We should do an intro.
We should do what?
We should do an intro.
We should do an intro. What do you think this was?
Yeah, that's the intro, but like do like a graphic intro, like
oh,
and like it like you show it at the beginning of every video. That'd be kind of cool.
Kind of like what we just did. We got to do that. Like what we just did.
No, like have it show your channel name and like be like a graphic thing.
Oh, I mean like Doc's Fun Projects?
Yeah, like have like maybe show
Where are you
you.
going? People lost you. You're gone.
Like maybe show you
You're still gone.
chiseling that.
I know you can hear him, but you can't see him.
Maybe show you chiseling that.
I guess he doesn't get the hint that he should come back in a bit.